Hey family, welcome to Uniquely Resilient, and I am Unique. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for the love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if this is your first time on my channel, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and feel free to comment. And welcome. So now we are in the series as to how I survived 2020. So let's get into it. Okay, so boom. I'm in this spiritual coma where I am really just acting out. Acting out. By the grace of God, I had, saved up like some 401k while I was working, and I cashed that out as soon as I lost my job. And then I'm in school and stuff, so I had a little money to play with, so I'm balling. You couldn't tell me I wasn't balling. I ain't have to work no more. I ain't have to, I'm balling. I'm doing me. I'm buying this and buying that, and just, I done moved to my new room. I'm talking about, baby, we good over here. And dying like hell inside, decaying slowly but surely. It's like the more I try to run away from my feelings, the worse I felt. And something profound happened. I had got so far removed from God to where I was not like asking for his help. I wasn't journaling. Like, I was just saying my basic thank yous, and God is good, God is great, thank you for this food we're about to eat, amen. That. But it wasn't consistent. It wasn't the relationship I would typically have, like if I was journaling and praying a little bit more and whatnot. So it was a night of I believe it was October 30th, and I went to sleep. And in my dream, they were saying, Nick J dead, Nick J dead, Nick J dead. Now, Nick J is the predecessor that I had referred to, a friend of mine that I had referred to, and I believe it was like the very part 2 of my series. That was like, I didn't know how much he meant to me until he passed away, because he poured so much into me. He helped me so much with this whole like staying sober thing. He actually died with 30 years, and I got this in his honor for 30 years. And so I so they were in the dream, and they're like, Nick J's dead, Nick J is dead, Nick J is dead. And I'm like, I'm just like, okay. And I just get like this tap on my shoulder, and he was like, I ain't dead. I turn around and it's him. He was like, I ain't dead. It's like, come on, let's go. And we got in the car, and we had this long ride. It was just as if he was alive, like what we used to do. We used to get in the car and we'd go eat, and we'd go hop into different little functions and stuff like that. And it was, it was so crazy, because like in the end we ended up in a club. And I remember, like, he didn't go to clubs no more. He like, I know what's in them clubs. He was one of those people that was like, look, I know what's in them clubs. First of all, I ain't trying to get no woman my money. Second of all, I know what they doing in there, and I don't want to be around it. And in this club, we were there and we were chilling. We were chilling with 2 other people that I actually know in real life. And I turned around, and he had a blunt in his hand. And I was just like, and he hit the blunt. And he was like, see, that's why I don't come to clubs. And he hit it again. And I was just like, and I woke, and it made me wake up. Now, to some of you guys, you may not understand what that means. That means this man just stayed sober for 30 years, and he just decided that he was going to smoke his weed, and he lost all of them 30 years. And now he had day zero. So for me, I took that as, it wasn't so much as that I was going to physically relapse by using drugs, because once you get to a certain phase in your recovery, your mind, or the disease of addiction as they like to call it, doesn't tell you to pick up drugs no more, because it can't. It's just like, it's just like a fleeting thought, because I'm at this phase of my recovery where I realized addiction tore apart my family. Addiction took my grandfather, addiction took my mother, addiction took my dad. So it's just like, I'm at this point where I'm not going to use anymore, and addiction also took away somebody that was very dear to me, that died the same day I decided to get sober. So the same day she died, I'm talking about the same day she died, in less than 24 hours, I went and, I finally decided that I was going to try this thing. And less than 24 hours, she was dead. And mind you, this was somebody I was just standing next to in the club having a good old time. And, a lot of us assume that you got to be taking hard drugs, and, you got to be shooting heroin and all this stuff like that. Like, we don't, the circles that I run in, I don't even know where to find no stuff like that, but they have these fentanyl pills going around, with these fake Percocets, these fake Xanax, these fake whatever, and this fentanyl is in there, and it's killing people. They use fentanyl to like help cancer patients, and that stuff is so strong. Like, it literally takes not even like the point of a pencil to kill somebody. Like, it's so strong. And it killed her, and probably have killed several other people that I know that have died from overdoses. So, I made a decision that I don't want to go out like that, and I dedicate my life to them, although it may not be the life that, they necessarily want me to live. But, and because I still make my mistakes. I'm human, but we have things that, that in our addictions now, that don't look like drugs, but we can physically abuse them just as much as drugs. Like, I can abuse people. I can use people. I can use places like these clubs. Hell, I done used the spa. I was going to the spa like 3-4 times, at least twice a week. The clubs, the parties, the people, food, sex, masturbation, whatever, all of these other things, cigarettes, all of these things, and I had began to abuse, like, just using it, and that's what had, had driven this wedge between me and my higher power, and so when I had that dream, it kind of it kind of woke me up just a titch. When I woke up with tears in my eyes, and I cried for like an hour. Just cried. And I don't know if y'all have ever had that good cry, like that gut cry where it's just like, damn, I needed to do this. Like, because I didn't realize how much pain I was in. I was so numb, and I just cried and cried and cried and cried and cried, and it was just so. I mean, at the time, I didn't like it, but it was so refreshing to finally be in touch with what I was feeling, and really just take a look at what I was doing. There's a guy that says, I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. I was just doing what I was paying attention to. And it's like, you not really focusing on the things that matter. You just stuck in your stuff, and you just doing what I like to do, not the stuff that really counts, and I I still managed to complete the semester of school. My GPA dropped. I was so mad. It dropped to a 3.48. Some people are like, "Girl, bye, that's great," but I was on the honor roll with the dean's list, and I kind of I love that. I'm back on there now, but I love the fact that I was on the dean list because I dropped out of school, like high school, like to be honest, middle school. I don't even know how the hell I got to high school, but I'll talk about that in other videos. But so I still managed to go to school, and that was one of the things that kept me in denial. Like, I'm still going to school, still doing what I'm supposed to do, but I'm not really doing no work internally. I wasn't checking my gut. I wasn't being, my motives weren't pure when I was out here acting out in these behaviors. Like, I was really being social because I was lonely. I was really being social because I was grieving. I was really having sex and all of that stuff because of those feelings. Like, I didn't want to feel none of that stuff. And I didn't want to do the work to look inside of myself and really try to get some healing. So I slowly began to feel a breakthrough, and if I'm being completely honest, I'm still in it. I'm still in the phase of trying to figure out what's this about, like, and that's the reason why I decided to create this channel, because I know that me sitting around not working and not and we out of school right now, all I'm gonna do is party, 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 party. And it's like, I don't want to do that no more. It's okay to go have fun and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, like, I met someone that triggered something in me that made me realize, like, it made me want to dig a little deeper into my purpose, into my vision. So we'll get into all that in the next video. And thank you guys. If you have followed me this far, I appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. And I love you guys. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys next time.